Hi everybody, this week video will be a big, huge elf. First we will cast on the machine by going one in the front, one in the back for the first row. I start with the green. It will be the shoes of my little elf. Not a little, big, huge elf. It's the big sister of the one I did last week. So first row is done. Close the yarn feeder and then we will crank. This tutorial and pattern is not for newbies, so if you are newbies, you're allowed to check it, but don't be surprised that there's a lot of difficult thing in it, so maybe you could keep that one for later project when you get more comfortable with your machine. But maybe you're good too, I don't know, I'm just saying. Okay, so you see a color change. And don't worry, I will give you numbers soon. It will be right on the screen of your tablet or your phone. Don't worry. So I change again the color. The yarn I use is Bernat Premium Sparkle for the white and the red. And for the legs, I will do 13 green, 5 white, 5 red, 5 white, 5 red, 5 white, 5 red. So take that note in your notebook, because it's always very important to keep a notebook close to your machine, so that way when you decide to do something, you have it close to you, ready to go. So that was for the legs, and now for the arms will be 9 green, 3 white, 3 red, 3 white, 3 red, 3 white, 3 red. So I show the color change on the machine. I give you the recipe for the number of rows, and I will show you how to do the rest of the big elf soon. We'll show you how to cast off. I put the machine, not the machine, but the video a little bit faster than I usually do, but to end up with 35 minutes instead of 2 hours of 15 minutes. So it helped. So I remove one by one each stitch and make sure that I pass in front of the yarn feeder to make sure that the stitches are released from the machine. So I will do that and put that side aside. So you understand that you need 2 like this one and 2 for the arms too. Okay? And if you want to put the longer legs, it's possible too. So it's time to cast on the body and head of the elf. So this part will be the head. The yarn I use is a Bernat Satin Seashell. It's a very, very pale pink. So I continue to crank. And I will change the color to the green. So you will need 28 rows of pink, 80 rows of green, and 28 rows of pink. Don't forget to note that in your notebook. When your projects start to touch the table, time to turn it like a turtleneck. Time to switch to another pink. Put that in front of the needle, close to the other tail. Crank just a little bit and you do a double knot. And then I will continue to crank. Put it a little bit faster. There. And it's time to remove it. It's the cast off time. So you crank it to make sure that your stitches pass in front of your yarn feeder, and then you catch all the stitches one by one. There. There you go. Almost finished. And after that I will go continue with the Addi Professional 22 needle to do the ears. There, put that aside for now, and I will continue with the waste yarn. Cast on the machine for first row, put that in yarn feeder, and then I will do 5 rows of waste yarn and 13 rows of pink. That's why I understand why I was having trouble to remove the knot. You're not supposed to attach the waste yarn with your color project yarn. Okay, time to remove each stitch one by one. There. So you don't attach your waste yarn with the project. I did that. I just noticed it right now. I understand why I have problems to remove the knot at the end. So now it's time to close the tube. If you're not comfortable with the crochet, I will provide you a video in the video description of this on YouTube to show how to close it with the wool needle if you're not comfortable with the hook. And the hook is number 4. So I go one side, grab the stitch, go the other side and grab the stitch. Very important to use waste yarn that is very, very contrasting with the color you will need for your project. There, and grab all. Voila. Almost at the end. Grab all the stitches and I will close it with the tail. There. Time to remove the waste yarn. To remove it, you have to remove the first rows. You can't see, I know, sorry, but you pull on it, all the first row. There is always an easy way and a harder way. It's like the difference with the starting of the machine and the ending of the machine. So that's why. So time to pull on it. And usually, you see, I always say don't attach the waste yarn with your project yarn. And I did it! I didn't listen to myself. Bad me. Well, so I have to remove the knot. I was wondering how come I have the knot over there. Didn't understand. But when I see the video, I noticed that I actually attached both yarn together. So I close this side by pulling on it. I do a double knot. And you understand that you need to do 2 ears. So I put my 2 thumbs on the corner and push it down in the middle. And I will attach it with the yarn to keep it there in place. And now I will hide the little tail on the top and cut the excess. Cut the excess. There. So I will do 2 like this. They're very cute. Ta-da! Magic! There. And now it's time to close the legs. To close the legs, I pull on the green yarn and make sure that I put all the 2 rows, not the rows, but the column in the same position. I will follow and grab 2 stitch one side and 2 stitch on the other side, and I stay on the same column because I don't want my work to be all crook. So I want it to be straight. So I continue like that and make sure that when I get out of the green, I get out of the green for both sides. So I grab 2 white and 2 white the other side. And when I will get to the red, I will get in the same time. So that way when I will pull on my green yarn, it will disappear first, and then my different color will blend like normal, no step, like a color change. They won't be like that. So you will see that soon. I continue to sew it like that and continue there. Almost finished. Will be time to pull. So when you pull, you don't see the green anymore, and I will put my hand in it just to show you that the lines are straight. So you need two like that to do the legs. Ta-da! Magic! So now it's time to do the hat. To do the hat, I will start by casting the machine with my white sparkle Bernard Premium. Cast on is done. Close the yarn feeder, and I will continue to crank till I get the number I want. Color change done. Doo-doo-doo. Pull a little bit of my yarn. There. And then color change again. And for the hat, you will need to cast off and pass through the yarn feeder first. So with the white, you will need 13 row red, 75, and 13 of white. White 13, 75 red, and white 13 again. So cast off is done. Put that aside for now, and it's time to pull on the other side. Pull the interior of the hat and close it with your wool needle. I put it fast. Hope you see what I'm doing, but you could do that on the larger hat too if you want to do an adult hat. It will work too if you have kids that pull the pom-pom all the time. You could use that technique to prevent them from pulling. They won't be able to. It's all attached together. So I will close that. Do another. Put those yarn in the middle. Don't worry for it. It will be in the pom-pom. So I just picked some yarn, and every 3 stitch, I will jump every 3 stitch. I grab the 2 layer la. Make sure you grab the 2 layer, and then I will pull on my yarn. If you want, you could stuff that part too, but I didn't like it like this. So I do a double knot, and I turn the other side, pull it tight, and do another double knot. So you got your hat ready for your half. You could do the same for kids age 3 to 6 months. So time to do the body and head now. You take your tube, you close one side like this, and you go inside. I forgot to pass through the tail in the middle because I want those 2 tails together. So I close the middle one, and now I will close the exterior one. Do a double knot, pull it, then I will cut it after. Do a double knot, and I did inside the hat. Voila. Cut the excess. Dum. Now it's time to stuff my head. Not my head, my health head. So I will try to find my stuffing. Ha, it's there. And I continue doing a big ball, at least like 4-inch wide. And when it's done, I put that inside my health head. Sorry, a little bit tired. I started that video like 3 times today. My computer crashed. Poor me. So the head is done. Time to take a piece of yarn and do just like we did for the hat just a couple of minutes ago. And we will go every 3 stitch like this. And another one. So you do that till you get to the other side. And when you get to the other side, you will pull on it to close the head. And do a neck to your health. So be careful not to tight it too tight to broke your yarn, but if you take your time, you'll be okay. So I take my wool needle and I will hide it inside the body. There. Second one. Okay, I will put some stuffing in the belly. There. I don't want to put too much because I don't want my health to be stiff. I want it to be soft for my kids to be able to play with it. So it's done. So the hairs are there. Oh, so cute. With the so if you want to do like a little boy health, it would look like this. It would be cute too. So that's the toe of my shoes. So I have 13 of green. I will pull both sides like this, and then I push inside with my 2 thumbs. Attach both sides. This. Go and do the same thing the other side. There. Almost look like a Batman. There. So I will go and grab the legs, cut the excess. I attach those middle to the 2 middle together. There. And time to attach it on the legs. To attach it, I will go and find a row, not a row, a column, and grab 2 on my toe. Grab 2 on the legs, 2 on the toe. I will always continue on the same column, and then I will pull on it like this. Ta-da! So I go the other side, and I will continue the same thing. I will do both legs like this. So grab 2 and grab 2. I go to the middle, and then I will pull on it, and you won't see it. There. Almost finished. Pull on it. There. Almost there. We'll turn it the other side and we'll continue. I choose one column and sew from that one to the toe. Almost finished. Pull and we'll hide the tail in the toe layer. If you're still with me, can you in the comment spell the word gift? Gift. Or put an emoticon of a gift. I don't know if it's, maybe it's available, I don't know. So I will stuff just the heel of my shoe, and I will go aside, grabbing every 3 stitch, put that a knot, put to give it a little shape of for your shoes like this. Then I will close with the green, do a double knot, and I will pull on the red yarn to close that too. Make sure you put everything inside and those 2 tails and attach it together. I will keep the green because I will use that tail to attach it on the half. So I got the 2. So now I'm doing the arms now. Time to close it. Same thing. Pull on the white to close. And with those 2 tails, I will attach. See, there's a little step between the color. It's because I didn't respect the thing I was explaining on the legs. I forgot. So every 2 stitch I will go and I will create a little mitten for my elf. Pull those 2, close it, and go the other side, and same thing. So you do both her arms the same way. Now it's time to do the braid. I put that around my arm like that and my ends, and turn 34 times. But if it's not long enough, I notice at the end. So if you could do that on your chair, around the place that you put your bag on it, I don't know how to call that on the chair. Anyways, so you attach it one side like this to secure it, and I will use that tail to attach it on the tripod of my camera. But if you have somebody to help at home, use somebody, because me, I got my camera on my forehead during the video. Almost I knocked myself with my camera. but I'm okay, and I'm not gonna show that on the video, so you won't see me. So I will do the braid like this. If you're not comfortable to do a braid, just do a half. Never mind to be a little girl, just do a half. It will be just fine, don't worry. So I was thinking during the video that I should do, instead of making 2 braid, I should do like a long one, attach it on the middle of the head on top, like I did on my previous video last week for my little elf. But it will go and work like this too. So cut the excess and do the other one. So cut all this, remove it from the tripod, and don't knock yourself like I did. So time to attach the legs on the body. So I will do that. Make sure you put your legs the way you want it. So I will cover the red, and I will go following the white rows. So all the red will go inside. Is the way to, that way I'm sure that my legs will both be the same height. So I go full graft, hit, grab 1 stitch there, and go grab 1 on the top. 1 stitch down, 1 stitch up. Take your time. All the yarn that you put in that project, you need to finish it and be very neat. So take your time. Seriously, that video took me a lot of patience with the ears. It's not easy to put two ears the same height. So it took me 3 times, I think. I removed the right one. So when I have here between the legs, I will pinch both green together, and I will continue following the green and the white, the green and the white, till I get to the beginning of my sewing. There. Hope it's not too fast. There. And I will do a double knot and hide it in the double layer. Ta-da! First legs is there. It's cute though. There. You see that legs? I didn't listen to myself. I have one perfect legs, and the one that there's a little step between the colors. So I do the same thing, green and white, green and white, green and white, till I get in the middle of the legs and between the legs, and put it a little bit faster. But you want it to be secure for the kids to play with. Or if you want it just to do a decoration, it will be just fine too. I didn't stuff the legs because I don't have a lot of stuffing at home. And I have a lot of stuffed animal to make, so I have to keep myself some stuff to work with for my future video. So I attach it in the middle like this, and I will go and continue till I get to the other side. So green, white, green, white. If you want to add some height to your legs, you could make sure you did the same both sides, and you will be just fine. So we do a double knot, and I did like this. So now it's time to put the arms. It's cute already. I feel to hug it. There. So now it's the time for the arms. There. Make sure you put when it's not like the color is not the way you want it on the arms, make sure you put that on the back or lower side. So I will pick directly in the neck like this, and come with my other tail, pick in the shoulder, go through the neck, and go out the other side on the shoulder on the right white color yarn. So you did it twice. Time to attach it tight, and hide the tail inside. Remove it, cut the excess, and it's done. Still here, can you tell me what kind of project you'd like to see in the future? I have a long list to go, but maybe you have something that I don't have on my list, so it could be help. So you see I have those 2 braids there. I will attach it both because it's not long enough, and I will attach it on the head before I put the little hat, so that way it will be secure on the half. attach those, and I will put the ears after, but I should put the ears first. But it's okay. So those two ears was bugging me. Was the hard part for me to put both on the same height, because I didn't find my marker, my plastic marker to keep it together, because I moved my studio downstairs in my house, so I have to find a way. So the ears is done. I start sewing on the back of my health. I grab on the green to hide all the neck, so that way it will be clean look. So you grab on the head, on the shoulder, on the hat to keep everything secure. There. Make sure you pull your hat close to the ears, and make sure that your hat is straight on the top and on the front, because everything's moved when you don't have the markers. So I will attach the same way that I did on the back. So attach on the head, on the hat, on the head, on the hat. And make sure you go through the braid to keep it all together. There. I think it's like almost 2.5 feet. I will have to measure it. I'll let you know soon. I will put that in the video description if I take the measuring. So I will do the eyes now. I always use those needles with the flexible hole on it. So I put my yarn in the hole and just pull on it, and easy to get my button with my yarn in it. I always use like a foot long piece of yarn and attach it my eyes in the middle like this. I always do that because it's easier to attach. So I attach the first one, and I will go and attach the second one. I will make sure that I put my needle to get out from the neck, and I will go on the other piece and push on it like this, and I will have a little bit of a shape for my eyes. My eyes. I always have problem to say eyes and ice. In French it's not the same. Okay, so I continue. I'm not done with the hat. I forgot the hat. So I continue. So I grab one stitch down, one stitch on the top. Almost finished. By the way, thank you so much for all your support during those years. It's almost 3 years now, I think, that I do a video. I have more than 300 something video already done. I enjoy helping people when I can on my group, so don't hesitate if you have question. Ask it on my group. The group, Facebook group, or link in the video comment. And we have a nice bunch of people over there. It's like a huge family, and we're all there to help each other. So I will attach the braid with the head and hat. So we'll continue like that and push the hat down. Make sure they cover all the neck like the other side. Put it down. Almost finished. This project took me like 3 or 4 days, some video making and the count of row and everything. And my computer crashed in the middle of editing, so I have to do it twice. So attach it so it look better when you attach the hat on the body like this. So voila, that's your little help, your huge help. I will do some picture and I say ciao ciao and see you next week for a new video.